Hello everyone. Definitely an odd video I'm currently making. It's more of like a test video to see how things come up, and obviously you're not hearing any audio of like the wrestlers getting like punched and stuff right now. But essentially, what I'm trying to do is right now is as just in case if you don't want to hear me talk about it a lot, so I just have like a wrestling video on the side instead of like my actual face. Pretty much to sum up what's going on is essentially I might be wanting to do YouTube again, but this time actually fully commit to it instead of like what I did back in the past, where like I just kept going back and forth or just posting random videos onto the YouTube and stuff. Uh, Pretty much to sum it up, where it's been is that in between from like whenever I posted some of those videos, like I gotta look at my like YouTube and see what was like the last essential video that I posted was because I think it was one of my college videos that I made because I did some video stuff. Uh the last full blown video was a vlog that I accidentally fully released 8 months ago because essentially one of my projects was making a website and for some reason the link wouldn't work onto like showing the actual video. So essentially that's why you saw those weird vlogs when originally they were all unlisted. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get rid of them now because since that's the only way for like whatever website I made to work. I don't know if like the website is now being used anymore, but but like I don't think it's ever going to be used to begin with. But essentially, for those who don't know what happened was I was a lot of the videos that got uploaded onto the YouTube were essentially college videos, essentially projects I made for class. A lot of them are unlisted, so you can't see them, obviously, because I did not want them to fully appear onto the channel, especially since some of them did get copyright strike, which luckily they were unlisted, so I'm glad I at least, it seems like I didn't affect that in a way. Uh, but pretty much, I finally graduated college back in May of last year, and since then I've been working a full time job, and now I'm kind of just at the point now where like I want to bring back something I did back in college while I'm working this full time job, and I've decided why not go back to doing YouTube again in a form that like I could actually feel happy about. Something like, oh, why not just do YouTube on something I'm way more passionate about than I've always been. So that's why I'm kind of now deciding why not I just come back to YouTube in a way where I'm just I'm fully playing video games again, possibly in much more longer formats than I did before, or or pretty much I talk about something that I really enjoyed. Like I saw, like either I see a movie and talk about like if I didn't like it, if I liked it, or something like manga or anime, something like that. Because during my time at like my college, uh, I joined the anime club for it, and that brought in a lot of like great memories over at the college. And unfortunately, now since I'm no longer there, I do miss going to that college for those 4 years, especially since even though like my whole first year was not in the college that much because it was around COVID time, and obviously that a lot of people did not get a lot of chances around that time. So unfortunately, I didn't make too many crazy memories, and it's now been fogged up, so I can't really remember much, unfortunately. But I said, but to pretty much reiterate what I'm trying to say is, while I'm working this new full time job, I want to start using more of my free time, or essentially some of my free time, to eventually do more gameplay videos, do videos of just me talking about a specific manga, a specific anime, a specific movie, do whatever. I'm not going to talk about music, mostly because I'm not too much of a crazy music person. I'm more just like, hey, this song's catchy, and that's pretty much it. I originally was gonna change like the channel from like Moth to just Moth Media, but it's essentially since I'm not too much crazy of a music person, and it does mean I would have to tackle medias I possibly don't look at. What I don't look at, it does mean like I shouldn't change it. So it's going to still be Moth. Essentially, I want to try to like not make this as like a way of like becoming popular now, but more of like a way of more just using it to as like a secondary like income thing. So yeah, it's where originally I just want to start it because like I wanted to have fun on YouTube. It's now becoming like, oh, I'm using this now as like a secondary tactic just in case if things don't work out. Which right now with my job things are still working out, but I don't trust a lot of the a lot today's environments that much to begin with. So as of right now, it's just mostly. So right now, I've been more planning on using the channel again just to potentially make newer videos, probably more longer ones that I don't think a lot of people are going to enjoy that much. I should actually try to get some editing from those videos to actually to set things up. Yeah, I should honestly edit some videos or possibly just make some of these videos much more shorter format. Uh but yeah, for those who do want to know what games I essentially want to play, really, I already have them on the PlayStation, but I also have like the Xbox and Switch. Switch, I don't know if I'm going to do because Switch is now old. We have the newer one coming out this year, I think. I know we're going to get a reveal. I do have some games I do want to play on the Xbox, some games I do want to play off of the PlayStation. Luckily, there are some ongoing games that I do play, like unfortunately Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero. But Zenless Zone Zero I find it more fun than Genshin, and luckily the 1.5 update came out to actually for me to showcase for me to actually do a potential video of. So at least I'm glad about that. And there's also the Natlan, but I think Genshin I might just make a full blown series off of the Xbox version and all that. So yeah, so pretty much I'm really just coming back just to potentially start up a backup plan and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As for videos, if you're going to be I say gameplay videos are going to be the only ones you're not going to see my face in. If any, pretty much I don't plan on doing any like VTuber or PNG stuff. I'm not really into that stuff. It's pretty much just going to be me talking while when you just seeing the gameplay and that's it. I might going to be a boring person playing, or I'm going to be awful at playing the game. Like who knows? I might just be awful at just playing a game, especially since I'm not really skilled in a lot of these games and stuff. But yeah, that's essentially going to be the plan for the future. As for other content like movies, anime, and possibly manga, pretty much the plan is I will have like a camera and a face cam, and then possibly on the side it's going to be like what I'm talking about, and pretty much my discussions on like whether I think it's good, whether I think it's not good, whether I think it could improved, or just pretty much my whole take. I do want to actually do a manga one involving these one shots. Essentially, if you read Weekly Shonen Jump, they do a contest called the Golden Cup, and they release 5 one shots. Today, they just announced who won the contest, and I was surprised by what won because this was one of the 3 series I liked, and I had zero hopes of it winning because there were like 3 other because two of the 3 I liked, I thought were going to win, but then there was one I was not too much a crazy fan of that I think would also win, and I was surprised that that one actually won, and I got really happy because now that could mean that series is going to become a full-fledged series. But also at the same time, I also think it's going to end up as an Axe Jump title, which it's not really a bad thing. At least I got a chance to finally read it as a full-fledged series. But I just can't wait to see it as a full-fledged series now, or possibly the creator coming with a brand new idea. But I'm hoping at least because of a full-fledged series. If not, at least I get to see the creator's newer type series end up starting up. But yeah, another video I actually do want to do with manga is I want to start doing a video where like I discuss what I've read in a during a specific month. Like for example, I did read a good chunk of manga this month in January, and I definitely do want to make like a potential video about it because like and then obviously you just saw the Zenless Zone Zero installed now, so yeah, I deleted both gotcha games because for storage space and stuff. But essentially, back to the manga thing, I want to basically talk about some of the manga I've been reading around a month. I possibly won't have like that type of video out until like maybe not until around like what is it like the beginning of a month, like February, like very early in the beginning of a month. Try to get those types of videos out. It does mean like there will be days where I might need to read, where I might have to take some of my free time to read something or like get caught up. It does mean I might have to read a bunch of stuff. I could either just focus on newer reads or just reads I've been reading, which yeah. But yeah, that's essentially my plan with manga. As for anime, I don't know how I'm going to work around that, especially since a lot of anime can get copyrighted. Maybe I could include scenes but don't have audio or any music in them. I could do that, and essentially that would work as part of my plan. And the match is almost going to be over, so I gotta make this a bit quicker. Essentially, I do want to talk about like my thoughts on some series and whether or not if I did like the series in the end or not, or and then yeah, then that's pretty much it. I will also say I haven't been too much crazy into manga that much as of late. I mean, not manga, anime as of late. So I think for the future, it's just going to be like if I do anime, it's not going to be seasonal. So if you're expecting like something that's like a seasonal anime, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, but you're not going to hear like something that's like seasonal. So like if I'm covering something from like this season, you're not going to be expecting like Apothecary Diary season 2 or Sakamoto Days or yeah, any of that. So yeah, so that's essentially my my plan. My plan for when I want to come do YouTube again and stuff. So I know it's a lot to do, but I do want to try to at least take in my free time to at least some of my free time to actually at least try to get something out. If you're expecting like a daily schedule, it's not really going to be that. It's really now just going to be like the case of like when I feel like uploading again, or it's like something in the case of like a irregular schedule. But yeah, that's essentially my plan. And obviously, I'm probably just gonna wait till like this match finishes before I like decide to finish up and show what games I have downloaded that I could use into full playthroughs. Obviously, of course, it's like some children's games. Mostly, when I mean children's games, I mean more like the outright game. Like one of them was like an outright game. I'm thinking of the Adventure Time Pirate game that came out like 2018. But yeah, essentially, I do want to work on some newer stuff. So obviously the match has ended. So if I go all the way over here, you can obviously see some of the games I have. Zenless Zone Zero, Far Cry 5. I already finished this, but I might just make like a speed run play, like a fast paced playthrough through the hardest difficulty. Since I'm also working on the trophy list for this. Probably not this game, or unless I might make a video of like me getting the platinum. This game, not so much. You're not going to see. You might see like a playthrough on like an Xbox version, but not really from on this. I do want to make a playthrough this, but I don't know if people would be interested. I would want to do this. I would want to do this. I want to make a playthrough Bending Indie Machine because that's like a very interesting indie game that I've always wanted to play, and I've absolutely and like loved everything what I saw when I was a teenager. Wolf Among Us, I definitely want to do. And there's like a whole bunch of others that I could definitely try to like make a playthrough out of. This one, no. Samuel, no, because it's not bad. So it's actually it's a pretty fun and challenging platformer. But I don't know if that's like a game I could potentially. Actually, I should do that because I should make a playthrough of Super Samuel and just show my frustration and how I suck at it. But yeah. Uh, and then there's just like a whole bunch of other stuff. So at least I have at least ideas to go around with, like, to make this. But yeah, so to sum it up, essentially, I do want to go back into doing YouTube again, and pretty much I will be putting in a lot more time into doing this stuff on weekends and whenever I feel like it. So obviously, this is going to be like my backup plan to fix everything up, to like just get everything up back and running, and I'm hoping at least things do work out. Anyway, I hope I'm sorry I've made you all suffer for like the past 60 minutes of like me rambling about what's been going on, but yeah. Anyway, I hope things work out, and I I shouldn't hope. I should actually like at least try to attempt to do it. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for hearing me ramble. I'll see you all on the next